This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
Yo, what is up, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium? I'm your host, Swank, for the K-Gun Report, episode 45 of Season 3, and we can't believe it. This is our third season of the K-Gun Report. This is actually the last episode of Season 3 before we take a 6-week break, regroup, get all of our stuff together. We're going to talk all about all the cool stuff that we got planned and that we're going to get into. And we're actually going to ask for you guys to give us a little bit of insight into what you want to see. We're going to wrap up this 2022 Buffalo Bills season, the highs, the lows, anything you guys want to talk about. Maybe talk a little bit about coaching, player vacancies, and what's up with the NFL officiating, man? Bogus. Hit this intro and we're going to get into it. And here we are, and here it is. What is up? It's another Tuesday for the K-Gun Report. Guys, Season 3, episode 45. 45 more episodes. Damn. I'll tell you, I was clearing out my Google Drive today because they were threatening to make me buy some more space. And I saw a bunch of old episodes on there, and I watched a little bit. And I got to say, I'm glad that we're where we are right now.
Yeah.
Yo, as always, I got the gruesome twosome, my two favorite twins in the whole wide world, the Reed boys with me. Right over here next to me up top is the one and only Jarrod Reed. What's up, Jarrod?
Howdy, fellas. Good evening. Can't wait to talk a little bit more football with you guys and then send it off its own little merry way and have a little break. And Pandemonium during this break, we're busy making it bigger and better for next year. So, as we always say, if you have any suggestions, throw them in there in the comments tonight and even DM us on Facebook, Twitter, or wherever you can, ideas that you'd like to see. Go Bills.
That's right. Big news, lots of cool stuff going on. We might even have a special little guest coming in here in a little bit. Hey, who knows? Who knows? Down south here with his winter hat on, his FLX Mafia shirt, my buddy, you know him, you love him, Mr. Scooter Magooter.
What's up, FLX Mafia, Pandemonium, Buff fan base, Bills Mafia, everyone that watches us. What's up, guys? It's tough not watching Bills on Sundays. It sure is, but we got a fun Super Bowl to watch. Hurts and the Eagles versus Mahomes and the Chiefs. I'll be watching, rooting for the Eagles, of course, but it's good to be back. We'll send this year off on a high note. And if you like this shirt I'm wearing, if you like it, head out to our new website, www.247buffpandemonium.com. We've got blogs, we've got merch, we've got links here, we've got links to there, information about us all. It's a legit cool site. Check it out.
It's real.
Hell yeah. And yeah, we have a bonfire shop up on that website. We'll get into that a little bit more, but we got the FLX Mafia shirt. We got the red with the classic Buffalo logo. You can get anywhere from small to we had a guy order a hoodie 5X, man. Oh, he's all muscle, 100% muscle, I'm sure. But yeah, you guys can check that stuff out. We also have something else going on. Our buddy, friend of the show, I gotta say our favorite, right? Our favorite guest.
I wouldn't say I'm a guest, but sure.
Oh, our favorite friend, Mr. Mark Maddox, man. He's been getting at us about wanting one of these Notorious Dig shirts. So we decided that we're gonna do a short run of them, and we're gonna do it the same way we did the DeMar shirts. We're trying to get, 25 would be awesome. If we get 20, we're gonna run with them and print them. So if you're interested in these Notorious Dig shirts, give it again. Look at that. We couldn't put them up on the bonfire because apparently my artwork's too good. It looks too much like Dig, so they took it down. But we're going to run a batch. We're going to sell them. This will probably be the last time you'll ever be able to get them, unless something crazy happens down the line. But if you want one, text your size and Venmo Mr. Scooter down there. Give him your info down there, Scott.
Oh boy, I'll type it in. I think it's yeah. I don't have it on the top of my head here.
He's got three. He's got Cash App,
PayPal, Venmo.
Yeah, my Venmo is at Scott247BF. At Scott247BF. You'll see my mug on the picture. Hit us up.
Type it out, bro. Type it out.
I will.
Type it out. We got Patrick Hughes saying he wants to see the Chiefs lose. We got Doug. What's up, Doug? We got, let's see, Rob Mullen. Content contributor, 24BF. Mr. Rob Mullen, putting out crazy information, amazing blogs and articles and information on 247buffpandemonium.com. You can go check all that out. I've been really stoked. The response to his articles, he's got a great one up right now. It's been growing and growing, and I can view the stats on the website day by day. He's really been pounding out a lot of great content. So go take some licks and listens and all that good stuff to that. It's rad, man. It's rad.
I'll tell you what. In the last, I think he's done 2 or 3? 2, I think, right?
3.
3. So everybody, they're easy to read. They're easy flow. And I tell you what, my wealth
lots
of
of
knowledge
pictures, crayon.
Yeah, crayon. Yeah, in the lines. But my wealth of knowledge has increased just on those three articles, and it's in there, stuck in there now. So if you ask me a question, I'll know it pertaining to those articles.
Well, a lot of them are opinion articles too. I mean, it's good information, but at the end, there's always something in regards to an opinion. We want to know what you guys think. That's why we're encouraging you to use the comments. And it's really easy to use, and have at it. Have at us. Ask us questions. So that's what we're there for. And that's why we're doing this whole website and blogging things, because we want to get you guys involved even when we're not doing the shows.
Hell yeah. We got Lisa Johns and John Johns. Lisa Johns, if you didn't know, there's so many changes going on here at 24/7 BF. Lisa Johns is our resident meteorologist. She'll give you those game day, up to the minute weather updates, and we love it. We got our guest ready.
Oh yeah,
About to hit him up. Okay, hold on 1 second. Ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
go ahead whenever you're ready. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, he's connecting his audio. He's right here. The talk of the town, Mr. Ryan Thomas. What's up, buddy?
The talk of the town. What an intro. What's going on, boys?
I think that's the title of your new blog there, Ryan.
Talk of the town.
Oh man, I am pumped to be here, man.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Pumped. I got the Bills jacket. I got the Bills hat. Let's go. Woo!
Oh shit. Should probably spin mine around.
there was one disappointment this year, and I noticed that you guys are wearing the standing buffalo.
Why
hats.
did you bring up disappointment as soon as RT came on? That's rude.
No, I mean, where did the standing buffalo hat? Where did the throwback your jerseys go this year?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, the
That
throwback white. Yes. I rock those in Madden quite often.
All the time, man. I mean, how can you not?
So I was on Spot Track today, and they get like this new tool where you can edit the roster and change contracts and get guys to restructure, and it was tough. It was a tough process. This is going to be a very interesting offseason from Brandon Beane. He's got some work to do.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as he makes it look, is it?
It's not. It's not. And I'm not that. I mean, I work in financial services, but I'm not that good with numbers, especially numbers that big. You know,
Yeah.
I don't have much experience in that. But man, crazy. I think a lot of things are going to have to happen in order to get us to where we got to go.
It's gonna be something, man. We've been singing his praises from the mountaintops for a good 5 years here now. 6 years? 5 years.
5-6 years.
6 years. And so far he's given us what we wanted in the moment. And now I think this is going to be the true test for him. Like, what can you do to move some money? I mean, guys are gone. Guys got to be gone to get to where you want to be. So
yeah,
that's definitely a topic that we want to hit on.
Town, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah. Hey, 3 seasons, over 100 shows. Good job, man. That was awesome.
I just sent my the PayPal, Venmo, Cash App information if you guys want to jump in on that Notorious Dig shirt thing. And I must have accidentally hit the sound thing. So there you go.
Okay.
By the way, are we? I mean, this is a true rookie moment.
Yeah.
To say the least. Are we live right now?
Oh yeah, buddy. We're live.
Oh, sweet.
Oh yeah.
You got pants on, right? Hopefully, don't stand
Yes,
up.
I do. They're a little tight though, and it's cold in here.
Swank and Ryan and Scott, we've been saying this for the last couple of years because our Buffalo Bills teams have been getting better and better and better. Each year, we're going to have a season where we're going to lose players that we truly enjoyed watch playing. And this year, you know, get your heartstrings ready because there's going to be a lot more this year than there has been in the past. And it's a turning point. Like Rob in his article said, the turning point. This is a big moment in Beane's career to show us what he can do and hopefully get guys in that mesh well early so we can be productive and continue on our 11, 12 plus game seasons without any glitches. But it's going to be hard. And I can't wait to sit back and watch it and talk about it every Tuesday with you guys.
Well, listen, I think that's a good spot to start, man. And for all of you that want a good intro, I'm going to give it to you. The talk of the town, Mr. Ryan Thomas from the Thomas Take Sports podcast and content contributor for 247bf.com has joined us this evening. We love him very much. We've been doing some pretty cool things, and Ryan's a big part of that, and he's been a big part of this, and a supporter and a friend for as long as we've been doing this, like at least 2 years, right? Like a couple ratings.
Yeah.
So we're very grateful to be able to work at a more intimate level. And did I creep that out enough? Intimate.
I just gave you an air hug, Swank. Air hug.
Love you, buddy.
As long as you leave the word moist out of it, we're good.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. So anyway, you want to jump on tonight? We're going to have a good time. I think, so the thing that I want to talk about, I guess, right off the bat is the heartstring thing, right? I feel like I've used words like we're done being cute. We're done doing like those happy little things that kind of make the fan base, like I said, like immediately happy in the moment. Bringing Brown back, bringing Bees back, bringing back Shaq Lawson, Jordan Phillips, those kind of moves that like make you feel good. Those, I don't know, underdog, hero, they were always better here kind of things. I think I'm at the point where I want them to get guys that are going to get them over the mountain. And I don't think that means like crazy, drastic, insane changes, but I also think that means you got to do what you got to do now. Like it's not time to like, oh, it's time to be like, we're this close. We're still this close. No matter what anybody thinks, like the place isn't burning. We're this close still. 2 games away. Yep. You need to make significant moves. And I think outside of Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, I think I'm okay with literally anybody else being moved to get that guy in here. How do you guys feel about that?
Oh boy. Swank, when I think
Davis White.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to. You're saying if Diggs doesn't move, Josh Allen doesn't move, you're okay with everybody else moving?
I would say for me, and I'm not saying like turn over the whole team. I'm saying like if those two dudes would be my safe guys.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And then looking at the team, and I'm not saying that, that's what I'm trying to get over is like that whole like, but I love that guy. I love everybody on this team.
Right.
But right now where we're at, I would put, and that's the question, I guess. I would put my keepers for next year.
I was gonna say you're playing fantasy football.
My
here.
untouchables.
These are 2 guys you can't trade. Untouchables.
Yes, my untouchables are Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. And I would, in saying that, I would say I feel like I would be okay with them moving literally anybody else but those 2 guys. If I have to say only 2 guys, right? Tre'Davious, that's a great one. But I want to know how you guys feel about that, who your 2 guys would be, what that would look like. Because I'm again, just to clarify, I'm not trying to, I literally just said we're this close. I'm not trying to burn the whole organization. I'm just saying like if a big name guy was to move, those are the 2 guys, the 2 big names that I don't want to move.
You don't want to move.
Right.
Okay.
So
I'm with you. Just to throw somebody in the honorable mention, I'm going to go with Von Miller because I think with the amount of changes that are going to happen on a defense, we're going to need that kind of guy there, leadership, experience, all that stuff. But guy that missed this whole season last year, Micah Hyde, I want to toss in there too. Player's going to be gone. I do believe that. And so if there's a veteran back there in the safety aspect of things, Trey White's still trying to get better. He's focusing on himself. He's going to be 100% now that we got a whole off season now when he's healthy. Micah Hyde's the guy for me.
I like it. So Micah Hyde and Josh?
Micah Hyde and Josh. Yep. If I had to pick 2.
You heard it here first. Scott wants to trade Stephon Diggs. All right, go ahead, Jarrod.
Maybe for a first-round wide receiver.
Here's my deal with I totally understand where you're going, Swank.
Yeah.
This season coming up, we're going to be more critical of what players come in. And we've said it already in the past shows that when we got Beasley, we were like, yes, we got Beasley. We love him. John Brown. We love him. There's a guy sitting right up above me who I absolutely loved watch playing, Fred Jackson. He had a killer preseason, and then he got traded away. And my heart broke because I loved watching him. He was my Bills. He kept us Bills fans happy for the misery that we had to go through. But when he left, I was upset. But that went away when I saw the other 53 guys playing. And I've said this every year that whatever 53 guys play on the field on Sunday, I'm going to be rooting for. we have players on our team that definitely need to stay. I'm with you with Diggs and Allen. Those guys have to be there. But I'm with you. If they got to move pieces to get this team better altogether, then so be it. But Micah Hyde, Tre'Davious White, I'd like to see Ed Oliver stay, but who knows what's going to happen there too.
So before we get to you, RT, I've heard a lot of stuff about Ed and conflicting issues, and I'd like to circle back around that because I still love Big Ed, and I wonder if it's more what's around him or what the scheme is or whatever. And I know we're going to get into Leslie Frazier talk, and we're going to get into all that too, but just keep that one on the back burner. RT, who are your keepers?
I think the keepers would be Allen and Diggs, being that they've been the catalyst of the team since they were paired together. Ever since those two guys were paired together, the team has had unprecedented offensive success, the likes of which we haven't seen since guys that are immortalized in the Hall of Fame that represented this franchise, quite frankly. So Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs would be my two, but a guy that I think that you're going to need in this transition more than ever is Matt Milano. I will throw his name out there. I know that, obviously we worked towards an extension with him that was a few year deal, 2-3 years, if my memory serves me right. He's somebody that I feel, despite the, I guess we'll just say, ineptitude of Leslie Frazier, especially as of recently, Matt Milano has really been one of the only guys that stood out to me on their defense that actually plays with a fire and plays with an edge, so much so that he even questioned the defensive edge that they had or motivation, the juice on that defense prior to heading out of the tunnel against the Cincinnati Bengals. And for him to recognize that, I think that's not just a coincidence, because he's one of the few guys on that defense that actually plays with that edge. He's playing into his 28-29 season these next 2 years under contract with the Bills. So I'm happy that he's under contract and that he's here at a decent rate for his position. So really those would be my three. And, you guys mentioned Trey White. I think if there's a lot of questions about the future, but if you were to point to one player that there's the big question as far as what are we going to get from him, it's Trey White. I hate to say that, but the injury was a devastating one, and it's one that you hope this full off season, as Scott mentioned, will provide him the opportunity to come back and play at a high level. The Bills didn't know prior to giving him a contract extension that X amount of months later he'd blow out his knee. I think people need to put that in perspective when they say, oh, this guy is not worth the money that we're paying him. Well, they gave him the extension prior to him blowing out his knee. That was just unfortunate timing. So this is a business. A lot of things are going to take place with this team that most fans won't like. But unfortunately, this isn't baseball where you can't be the New York Yankees paying $35 million to one guy, $40 million to another guy. Each team has a cap, and we have our cap. We have our guys that we're paying. The guys that we're paying are the best players on the team. So at least we can say that. At least we can say the guys that we're paying are the best players on the team. Once upon a time, we couldn't say that.
Right.
Very true. Absolutely.
So Ryan, you brought up the fire thing. Do you think, and this is just a quick off question, I want you to answer, Ryan.
Sure.
Milano said that the fire was missing. There's no spunk to that game. Do you think at some point the players know when they're getting beat? Do you think at some point the players kind of get down because their defensive coordinator is not putting them in a spot to succeed, and it's hard to get a fire under your ass when you're not being put in the right spots?
I would agree with that, especially on their defense. If you look at their whole team, offensively, defensively, they're being forced into a scheme that their coaches feel fits their skill sets best. And I'll just say that there's probably 4 or 5 guys at least on that defense that maybe during that game felt like, hey, this is not the right defense that we're playing in. And then on the offensive side of things, you're trying to catch up. You're playing catch up from 14-0 to try to get back into the game. And you're forcing things a little bit, forcing things too much. When you force things too much and they don't work out for you, that's when you see the offense become more frustrated or just as frustrated as the defense. And back to the point on Allen and Diggs, this season especially, guys, whether it's 2022, 2021, or 2020, there's a theme within all 3 seasons. It's the Bills defense underachieving and Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs winning games for the Buffalo Bills. I hate to say it, but it's as painfully obvious as it's ever been when the Bills have a hump that they need to get past, and it's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'll throw this out there too. The AFC is only getting better. The fact that we got Allen and Diggs, I'm really happy about that moving forward, obviously. But we need more. We're good. We're not great yet. We got to get great. We're good. We're not great. To Scott's question, I definitely feel that the frustration was starting to build. I know Allen was asked the question about, Matt Milano said you guys didn't have the fire. He kind of twisted that and said, well, it wasn't that we didn't have the fire. It's just nothing was working. When nothing works, it's really hard to continue to put yourself out there when nothing's working, especially in front of 75,000 Bills Mafia members that wanted to see that team win and move on more than anything. So I completely get it. Yeah, I agree with you, Scott.
Thanks, Ryan. No further questions.
I alluded to that last week. The fact that that statement was kind of, I think a lot of people took it wrong. I think Matt Milano was saying we were waiting for a spark. They were waiting for a fumble. They were waiting for a big hit. Anything would have got that defense or offense going. I think that's what he was more going in that direction, is they were waiting for a big play to happen. It doesn't. It won't happen when the Cincinnati Bengals offense is moving down strategically, dinking and dunking and moving the ball easily. It's hard to do when it's a possession game. You're catching for the catch, and that's what I think they were looking for, is that fumble or big play.
Mike V says underachieving, but yet top 3 in all seasons. I really don't think that's underachieving. I hear you, dude. I hear you.
Top 3 is not good enough.
Yeah,
it's not good enough.
Top
Mike.
10. He's saying top 10. Yeah.
You saw what happened to the number 1 defense this past weekend.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, and the whole thing is like statistically, none of it matters. If you take Kirk Cousins' stats, like you can make a case that he's an amazing quarterback. I think what the difference between statistically driven teams and Super Bowl champions are the kind of things that we're talking about right now. You need playmakers, and you need people that can really get past this, like the feeling, the waiting for, like Scott, when you were saying like waiting for a spark, waiting for that, like, and listening to Matt say that, you need guys to want to go out there and make it that. Like that's what you need. You need the creation of it. And Matt Milano has done absolutely his fair share. And this also isn't going to be like a dump on the Bills kind of thing. But like still, like these are the facts of the season, right? And this is kind of where we want to see things go in the future. So, I mean, Matt Milano did his part all season. A lot of players did. There was times, and they won a lot of games. And I've been like the biggest advocate for that. They won 14 games in a weird season. Like they overcame all this stuff. Like ease off. But there are definitely things that can be better. And if we want them to be the team that everybody wants them to be and bring home the Lombardi and have the parade, there are like some really hard decisions and hard facts that us as a fan base need to realize. Like, this needs to happen for this to happen. So what do you want more? We've already had this over here. Like they can still be the feel good Bills. They can still be our team. They can whatever, but they can win a Super Bowl too. They can beat teams that they've been projected to beat. They can live up to this hype and this expectation. So, I mean, for me, I'm going to say that Bengals game, I think they were just deflated. I think it was done. I don't think they had 1 ounce to give. I think they gave everything they had in the Miami game the week prior. I think everything caught up to them. They got a little boost because DeMar was safe, as safe as he could be at the time. And then, it's kind of like, I feel like that adrenaline rush, like when something happens and you got that huge adrenaline rush, and you go through, and that was the Miami game. You got through it, and then you're just done. Like you got to sleep for a week. I think that's the way I best see it and the best way I can relate it to anything else.
Talking about spark, I just want to throw this out there. Yes, the Bills played Miami Dolphins in that wild card weekend, right? The Cincinnati game. Look back when the Buffalo Bills played the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs. It was going back and forth, and Baltimore was about to go up 10-3 on the Buffalo Bills, or go up 10-7 on the Buffalo Bills, and Taron Johnson picked that ball off to score. That's that spark. That AFC Championship game, the spark was Gabe Davis and Josh Allen. That's what kept them in the game, kept the energy up. And we didn't see that in Cincinnati. So if one of those would have happened, who knows?
And I'm someone that always advocates for, the postseason, a completely different season. You can have the number one defense in the league. 2 years ago, the Kansas City Chiefs had the middle of the road defense, and they shut our Bills out. This year, Kansas City's defense played with a bunch of rookie defensive backs, and they were able to stop Burrow and make it to the Super Bowl. So it all depends on how you play in this postseason. I care more about how well your offense and defense was ranked in those 3 to 4 games than the other 17.
Correct, Scott. To your point, kind of to what the comment was in regards to, there are teams that the best of the best, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC, and even some of these other teams that are coached by great coaches. Look what Doug Peterson did for the Jacksonville Jaguars this year. They went from 1-15 to winning that division, albeit it's not the best division of football by any stretch of the imagination, but 1 year they had that much of a lead. Why did they have that much of a lead? Coaching. X's and O's. Coaching is what wins games in the National Football League. Talent does not win games. It's how coaches utilize the talent that they have and maximize that talent. And over the course of these last few weeks, I think there's teams, the Chiefs, the Bengals, even Miami, with a third-string quarterback, they might have been saving some stuff for the Buffalo Bills, that the Buffalo Bills thought, hey, we saw this in the regular season in our last matchup against Miami. We saw this even a little bit in a little bit of that game against Cincinnati. Maybe this is what they'll implement, this time around. Newsflash, it was a completely different thing. The Bengals were more similar to what we saw in that first drive of the regular season game compared to the first drive of the playoffs. But why I offer that is because I really think that's true. That coaches do save things based on the opponent. They're not going to show everything that they're willing to do against the best of the best. They're going to keep some things in their back pocket. And credit to the coaches that are willing to do that. And I think Leslie Frazier, Sean McDermott, I know we're not on Leslie yet, but I think Ken Dorsey and Leslie Frazier, that's where they lacked this year in terms of being innovative. Did they change week to week to week? When the offense struggled, did they change it and modify it? I think when the offense struggled, they over-relied on Josh Allen to be a hero. And when the defense struggled, they over-relied on Josh Allen to be a hero. It didn't really, there was no transition. And the great coaches find a way to transition when times are tough.
And he's with us for 6 more years, so we got to find a way to reserve him and save him for those 6 years.
Yes. Do we want Josh Allen to be the next Jim Kelly and play here his whole career? Or do we want Josh Allen to be, here for only the next 6 years? Do we want him to be here beyond those next 6 years? That's a question that this front office and the coaching staff has to say. We got to do more for this kid because this guy's already led us to where he's led us. We're better than that. He's better than that. We got to make sure that we're better than that.
I agree. A lot of good points being thrown around here. Look at this panel. Look at all the insight you can get from 24/7 Buff Fandemonium. The K-Gun Report. You can go to bufffandemonium.com. Oh my God, there's so much insight there. RT has got a blog that he's about to put out here soon. We're chomping at the bit for that. Get a little bit of insight on that. It'd be beautiful.
Tremaine Edmonds.
I was going to say, give him a sneak peek, RT. Tell him what it's about. It's about Trey Edmonds, guys. So that's going to be a good read.
Yeah, sneak peek in a way that I think is a ode to just these last few seasons. I just spent the last 15 minutes essentially, and I'll say it, I just shit on the Buffalo Bills this season. I feel like I kind of did. I don't mean to, but I feel like this team is so much better than what they showed against the Cincinnati Bengals. And if anybody disagrees with me on that, I don't know what to tell you. I thought this team could go all the way this year. I really did. I was never more confident heading into a season than this year in my entire life. My generation wants to see this team win a Super Bowl. My dad's generation wants to see the Bills win a Super Bowl. God rest his soul, my grandfather never got to see the Bills win a Super Bowl. I want that moment in my life. I have to see it happen. And a guy that I felt like over the course of his time here was a reason why the Bills weren't quite getting there was Tremaine Edmonds. But in the process of that, I realized something very important. And it's the fact that I think when I go back and look at all these games that I did tape on my DVR and I did watch over again, regular season Tremaine Edmonds in 2022 to 2023 had his best season without a shadow of a doubt. It's not even close. So to say that he had his best season in what could potentially be his last year as a Buffalo Bill is very upsetting. And I dive into that, dive into what he brought to the team, and dive into potentially what it looks like with him on the team moving forward, what it looks like with him off the team moving forward. Because at the end of the day, right now, we don't know whether Tremaine Edmonds is going to be on the team or not. If I was a guessing man, I don't like to guess. I'd say it's trending in the other way that he won't be on the team. But I'm going to put it out there, either scenario. And that's what the article consists of. So stay tuned for that.
Check it out. The Talk of the Town blog with RT.
We're kind of forcing them that. You have no choice now, RT.
Dude, really, you know what's funny? It's like our friends own a coffee shop in Clifton called Talk of the Town.
That's so funny.
It's just the first thing that popped in my head when I saw you. I was like, TTT, Talk of the Town. Got it.
You're looking for coffee and a good breakfast in the morning on your way through Clifton Springs, hit that place up.
Hit them up, man.
Well, I gotta ask you guys too. I mean, as of right now, like just to get your ideas, do you think Tremaine Edmonds, what is the percentage that he stays? What is the percentage that he goes to you guys?
Ooh.
I love the guy.
I got mine.
Yeah. I think it's a low percentage that he stays. It's a high percentage that I really appreciate what he did here. He had pass coverage like no.
You would do anything not to answer the question the way it was asked.
No,
you know
they're going to get rid of him. It's a high percentage if they get rid of him. I love the guy. I wish he would stay, but I don't think it's going to be. The money's not going to allow it. I don't think. And an ex-Bills player goes to a different team, I'm going to cheer him on, except if he stays in the AFC East, obviously. But we forget to mention that even though maybe his run stopping capability wasn't up to par, his pass coverage and his ability to get in the lanes and stop the passes over the middle is something to talk about, because he was a legit pass defending linebacker. And in this league nowadays, you have to have that. So I don't know. I think maybe the scheme failed him. I think if they ran a 4-3 instead of a 4-2-5, he would have played a lot better. But I don't know. I think he's gone.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I even kind of put a bit on that too, as far as the scheme that he played in. I questioned his talent when I should have questioned the coach that put him in the wrong position. And I'm gonna say it. I can't wrap my head around it. I just can't. I wake up January 31st and Leslie's still around, I don't get it.
It's crazy how opinions can sway and swing, you know what I mean? And
right.
All it takes is one loss, and then all of a sudden it's like, they really haven't been there this whole season. I love Leslie as a person. I've enjoyed his time here. I think really what it comes down to is like there just needs to be a change. Like it's really, not. It's crazy to be talking about a 14-win season that went in, like a team that went into the playoffs, and be like, the defense has to be better. Like, or it's not the pieces, it's the play caller. Like, I don't know. It's really hard for me to wrap my head around that, but it is something I believe. I think for sure, because my number one thing is that I hate to see a Wyatt Teller situation, the one that got away. Or Tremaine Edmonds goes on another team and just becomes a monster beast like that everybody knows he can be because he's in the right scheme. I want that scheme here. So that's my piece about that. But I would actually say I think the odds are more 50-50 for me. I think Bean has done a lot to surprise us. I think if you look at the list of free agents that we've had over the past 3 seasons and people that you thought were absolutely going to go, not a lot of them went,
Right.
and big name guys like or bigger profile guys, Milano being number 1 to me on that list, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then finding ways for Feliciano to stay, which, in the end, who cares? But was one of those, like I said, fun guys in the locker room that Josh seemed to have a great relationship with, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, 2 seasons ago, he seemed to keep everybody that we thought was leaving.
Mhm.
And I wonder if there's other moves coming to kind of keep that Milano Edmonds thing together and to work it, because he is still so young and he is physically gifted in so many ways. But he's just, he's going to demand so much money. So,
Well, the thing is we don't know exactly. I mean, you can go on 4 different websites and figure out what cap space is and try to round it up. Right now, I think we're at negative. I've seen -18 to -$22 million. I've also seen scenarios of where Josh Allen's contract can be renegotiated, Tre'Davious White's, Von Miller's, and I've seen people add up to, and reputable people add up to pretty much $40 to $44 million in saved money that we can use as far as cap goes in free agency. So maybe if that happens, you keep Tremaine Edmonds. If there was someone in the draft that was like 6'5", 250 pounds that could
Here we go.
fill in the gap as far as run stopping, like meet the guy at the line of scrimmage and get a tackle in the backfield, and still have that 6'6" presence where the wingspan can play in that 4-2-5 defense, Jack Campbell, Iowa, then maybe we should probably try to approach that in the second round this year in the draft.
Yeah,
I think Edmonds is gone. I think there's a lot of interest in other teams that there's going to be a contract offered to him that he just can't say no to.
I'll tell you what,
young,
man.
He's got ability, and it's going to be hard.
Let's weigh in. Let somebody weigh in. A casual viewer of the show, a friend of the show, Mr. Mark Maddox is in the comments right now, saying he's a legit sideline to sideline linebacker and pass defender. Following that up with amazingly great talent, not utilized properly. So I think that pretty much ties a bow on everything that we've been talking about today. Does not make it any easier to try to figure out what the hell's going to go on in the free agent market.
You said there's going to be teams out there that have the scheme for him that are just licking their chops right now.
Yeah,
because they might have a young stud. He's young, coming to their
24.
Team.
Yeah. Drafted. That's the part that I write about honestly the most, is that we drafted this guy when he was 19. We developed him into our team, into our culture, just to send him out to go somewhere else potentially. That bothers me. And yes, Jack Campbell, I love the dude. There's a few guys, to be quite honest with you, linebacker wise in this year's draft that I really, really like. But at the end of the day, you developed a player only to watch him go play for somebody else, potentially his best football moving forward. This was potentially, albeit possibly his worst football, and yet 560 tackles.
Yeah.
Multiple years with interceptions. And that could potentially be his worst football.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Unfortunate. And the article is more of, hey, I think I might have got it wrong with this dude. I think I'm willing to eat crow when I get it wrong and say, those first few years were a little lean, but there wasn't really much around him. And maybe the scheme wasn't the right scheme, and maybe he wasn't utilized right. And whether he stays in Buffalo or not, I wish him the best.
Absolutely.
Well, it's almost like a Josh Allen kind of thing. You need to surround him with some talent to take all the pressure off of him. Let's remember that Edmonds, as a 4-2-5 linebacker, same with Milano, is asked to do pass coverage. And if Edmonds is in charge of the middle of the field because the 2 safeties are dropping in the zone, that's a big responsibility. Maybe that's a reason why he can't fill that gap as quick as he wants to, because he's also worried about what's going to fall in behind him in the gap behind him in the pass coverage in a pass-heavy offense. And Mark, you're right. Why isn't he lined up on the edge sometimes as an outside linebacker, pass rushing edge linebacker or something like that? Why not throw that in there in the mix every once in a while? He's always in the middle of the field, and I think if you bounce him around a little more, he may be a little more successful.
I got a scenario for y'all. What if Bean comes to him and says, hey, listen, Frazier, McDermott, we're talking. They're going to change their defense up to a 4-3 this year. We feel that this defensive scheme is going to fit you perfectly, but we need you to take this contract. Are you going to do it?
I don't
I
think
think he's going to take the top. I think he's going to take the top.
Yes,
money.
Tremaine will.
Well, Jared, the 4-3
Mark
defense
Maddox
is a
said it
4-3
best.
defense. If you got to line up in a nickel package, a 4-2-5 is a nickel scheme out of the nickel package.
Right.
So 4-3 is obviously 7 men in the box. 4-2-5, you got the corner and the nickel. So it'll be hard because he's still an off linebacker.
Mark Maddox said it best.
Yeah.
Played in the league, played for our Buffalo Bills. You got to get paid. You got to get paid. If DeMar Hamlin's situation didn't teach us, humility and humbleness, it should have. It should have also taught us that the NFL CBA is absolutely pathetic, and these guys deserve to be protected based on health care, based on injury insurance, pensions, whether you're in the league 4 years or not. That's when I heard that, when I saw that's the NFL CBA as we know it. And Troy Vincent was saying, no, that's not true. You come to find out it is. It's terrible. It's so terrible. I know that the Pagulas will take care of that kid for the rest of his life, but the NFL should change that. You should always be protected from injury as a player in the league.
Once you step foot on that field, it should automatically be part of that contract.
100%.
Yeah. You got to make what you can make when you can make it. And this kid is so young and physically gifted. Like if we're looking at it, he is the quarterback of the defense. And the quarterback on the offensive side of the ball has one of the richest contracts in the entire NFL. Now, if you're talking about that on the defensive side of the ball, we discount it automatically because it's defense, right? Like it automatically, for whatever reason, you're not throwing touchdowns, you don't get it. But like you were saying, Scott, about him dropping back in coverage and all that stuff, he's physical enough and gifted enough to be able to do those things. Like he's one of the biggest things that he has in his favor that I've read everywhere is that he can threaten a blitz. He can come up in a gap and threaten a blitz. And the quarterback can say, oh, he's blitzing. And usually they can drop back and throw it to the guy that's crossing behind him. But Tremaine is quick enough to fake it and actually catch the guy behind him. Like he's got that kind of speed and those physical attributes. So to be that gifted and to run a whole defense and it to not be the right scheme, like I don't know. It's, to me, he deserves his money, and he should stay if they change the coaching. Like if they change the scheme and the coaching. Other than that, it's like, well, we were right. We drafted him right. He's amazing. And now he's going to be great somewhere else where he doesn't have to think as hard as he had to here, and play out of his own natural position. So I don't know. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating.
Like I said, if you changed up just a few things, things by putting him at the outside or blitzing him more often or just giving him a little help, that'll be a world of change. But they don't. 4-2-5, 4-2-5, 4-2-5, 4-2-5. Bring 4. Only bring 4. Bring a blitz. It's just too predictable. They need to start bringing in blitz packages, stunts, all that stuff to make his life a little more easier.
Word on the street, you watch the local news and, WIVB, WGRZ, WKBW. There's rumors going around that there's this alternative area code coming out from 716. 716 area codes are running out. The only time I ever want to hear 425 is if it's a new area code. Other than that, keep it as far away from Buffalo as humanly possible.
This dude, you go the mile for that joke, and I love it. It's worth the trip every time.
When Ryan was saying all those W's, I was hoping he would say W, GI5, W, W.
Real quick.
Sorry, Jared, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Real quick, sorry. We got
change it up.
Dr. Bruce McKellar in the comments right now. And if you've been paying attention to the website, our boy Rob Mullen has been doing, he just started first edition of the injury report with Dr. Bruce. Dr. Bruce is a doctor, obviously, And we're utilizing his expertise to answer your questions pertaining to any sort of injury as it pertains to a football player. And he'll give his insight onto explaining how that could affect a person and basically what the hell it is. So, Dr.
In layman's
Bruce,
terms too, which is nice.
yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for contributing. We appreciate you. And everybody give him some love in the comments.
Welcome.
Not just the Bills, but he'll answer any questions regarding any injury throughout the NFL.
Nope, just the Bills. No, I'm just kidding. Absolutely.
Bills are all that matter.
Mark Maddox says, my issue is he doesn't attack linemen and catches. I hope that's not being taught. I'm trying to listen to you guys, but my kids are being so loud.
I have no idea what that's about.
No, that's why I'm in the bedroom.
We got a guy named Buffalo Spartan in the comments.
This is Sparta.
Dude, that was on point. That was really on point.
Wow.
I'm hyper focused. For those of you that can't see, my eyes are all red. I got the vid, caught it yesterday, so I'm kind of down in the dumps. So
that's COVID, by the way, not anything else.
It looks like
sounds bad.
The vid.
I really want to screenshot this right now because you kind of look like you've been huffing on the devil's lettuce a little bit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The red eyes. I am.
Wait, the season's over.
Right.
This is the last show. You might as well just go all in, guys.
I did come to the realization, guys, and this is maybe another area code joke.
I love it.
425 area code already exists. It's in Seattle, Washington. The only thing I can say to that is maybe the Buffalo Bills can generate their own version of the Legion of Boom.
I like it.
There you go.
I like it. It came full circle. You led us down a path and we followed. It was good. We're getting questions in for Dr. Bruce right now. Do you guys mind?
Yep. Fire away.
Long time brother of the show, Mr. Paul Rossi, asked, Dr. Bruce, is there any cure for a 44-year-old case of Bills PTSD? Please diagnose that as quickly as you can.
Oh, Buzzweiser.
It's called Labatt Blue.
He said,
Blue, there you go.
Dr. Bruce says it's called viral conjunctivitis.
There you go.
It's called find your local brewery and get a nice IPA.
There you go.
Beer and chicken wings.
I get a prescription for that.
I must say, guys, this weekend after the Bills lost last weekend, this past weekend's football, they had a couple good games going on, and it sucks that the Bills lost, but it was good to still be able to watch football. And this sport's a wonderful thing to watch. It's a wonderful game, and I'm just glad we had the championship weekend this past weekend, the Super Bowl coming up, because it's still football. It's still fun to watch. So still have fun, even though it sucks.
And the NFL is really excited to help out the Chiefs to get them into the Super Bowl this year too.
I'm going to go ahead and counter what Jarrod said, and I didn't watch any of the games this weekend, and I'm going to I'll probably watch I'll watch the Super Bowl until it's very clear that the Chiefs are going to win again, and then I'll probably turn it off.
I'm going to counter you, Swank. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to put a hurting on the Kansas City Chiefs.
I want it. I'm there for it.
I really do. I think it's going to be a very tough game for the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, you really look at what Philly has done this entire season. Number one in points per game, number one rushing offense. We talk about sending the dogs as far as the defense and blitzes and all that stuff all the time. They're sending the dogs on the offensive line. These guys are running people over on offense, punching them in the mouth. I mean, Miles Sanders has had a great year. A.J. Brown, what a phenomenal ad he's been. Jalen Hurts, arguably the MVP. I mean, I think he's had obviously a career year this year. And Philly's defense is nasty. They're tough. They did add a little bit of a dirty edge to it, signing Ndamukong Suh. That just automatically puts them in that category as far as playing with above a chip on their shoulder, beyond it, I should say. But I think Philly is going to win this game.
Chiefs have Chris Jones to counteract that one, so
they do. And I mean, Mahomes and Kelsey are the two of the best quarterback, tight end. That's one of the best combos I've ever seen in my generation, at least in our generation. So, I mean, the Chiefs can pull it off, but Mahomes is not going to be 100%. I think he actually did more damage to his foot in this game than where he was at before. And I think that's why we saw that fumble. He went to turn off of his right, and he just couldn't really do it. So, I mean, maybe that extra week of preparation will help him get back to full capacity. But I got the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, man. I'm ready to lock that in.
As long as the refs don't give the Chiefs an extra play, long as they can call a penalty on Chris Jones for flopping on the quarterback or even going low on the quarterback,
they won't.
And as long as there's an offensive holding penalty on the Kansas City Chiefs every once in a while, when there obviously is, then it will be a fair game.
I'm going to tell you. First, we'll just pause for like 1 second. What is wrong with the Philadelphia Eagles head coach? That dude is jaundiced as hell. Look at him on the sideline. He looks yellow. Have you guys seen Sin City? You know what I'm talking about, RT. Yes. That is what I think of every time I see this dude. And he seems like the perfect coach for Philly, man. Like hyping people up after fights and like getting everybody
He's got gum falling out of his mouth and everything.
But that dude he's more yellow than he is flesh tone. Like way more yellow. There's a problem.
I like Sirianni.
Yeah, he's likable guy. Definitely. He's got a lot of fire. But I just had to bring it up because I don't feel like anybody's talking about how yellow this dude is. He's yellow.
Here's a medical condition that no one's approaching here. Is it because he's winning? No, to go back on what Scott said, the refs this past weekend, whatever, everyone likes to look at the plays that happen and like the misholding penalties or missed clips because we saw those. But I would just want to throw another aspect of the referees getting too much involved in this game is that 4th and 7 that Kansas City went for in a vital position or vital spot of the game. They reset the clock for 10 seconds. They added 2 seconds on the play clock. Mahomes went back, scrambled up, gained 2 yards, and it was 3rd and 5 or 4th and 5. So they had to punt the ball. Everybody leaves, the special team comes on, and then the refs get together and they talk and they'll be like, no, the play was called dead, so we have to restart it. So Mahomes gets another 4th down. They called it because they saw a referee running up from the right side of the field down like he was going to blow the whistle and stop the play. In fact, that's what he was trying to do, but he never did. So my theory is, how often you see referees pick up the flag and say there's no flag on the play, right? Do they set these things up because they know, okay, it's 4th and 7. They need a 1st down here. Let's have this guy run up like he's going to call the play dead. If Mahomes doesn't get the 1st down, we're going to say, no, this guy was coming up to call the play dead, so he gets another one.
No.
Or if he does get the 1st down, do they just let that referee running up to call timeout go?
I don't know. I don't think it's all that conspiracy. I think it's what we want to think.
Yeah. It's the Chiefs. I think the reality is the NFL referees are not robots. If they were robots, they would probably be more right than they actually are. And that's pretty nuts to say that. It goes to the whole baseball analogy with like they're doing robots as umps, so they can call the right strike zone because umps just can't be trusted anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the NFL referees should be robots. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is
I think you are.
NFL referees when NFL referees get a call wrong, they feel like they need to correct it.
Yeah,
that's the problem. When an NFL ref gets a call wrong, as the game wears on, it's like, okay, we're gonna pick this moment to get that back. Level it off. And maybe it's a bad call in the first quarter, and then the makeup call is in the third quarter. I call it a makeup call. I see it every single week.
It can't be in a crucial time, though. Yeah, it can't be in the crucial time. It usually is.
Just call the game. Right. Just call the game. Why is TV and the NFL so worried about an NFL game going long? It's more commercial time. It's better for the sport. I know people have short attention spans. I don't care. I'll watch a Bills game for 8 hours straight. I don't give a shit. Like, call it right. You have replay. We have the technology. Call it right. Like, I don't see what the problem is here. You know, look at something. You actually have a rule that says you can't look at certain things. Why? Why? You know, is it just to create this drama?
Yeah. To your point, as far as how they look at things too, you know, Swank, like when they went back early in the game and checked whether I can't remember which receiver it was as to whether he caught a ball or not. They showed the angles that wouldn't show you if he caught the ball or not. We have all the angles.
Yeah.
You can turn 360. They got cameras flying also. You go to an NFL game, there's cameras flying all over the place above these players for a reason.
All 22.
Why show the angle? Right.
Was that the Devontae Smith catch for the Eagles?
No, it was the catch actually. That was one that they did that too, Scott. But this was actually the catch. I believe it was a Chiefs receiver in the end zone, and they ruled that it wasn't a catch. And I actually thought it was. I didn't want to think it was for obvious reasons, but I actually thought it was. It was so hard to find rooting interest in that game. It was like, no, yes, no, but no. But okay, I guess I don't know what to do here.
Yeah. Right, I'm right there with you. I was just hoping that Philadelphia would win because I feel like Philadelphia would have beat any of these teams. So my big pull is for the Eagles. Yeah,
I do too. I agree with you, Jarrod. I really think Philly is going to take it to Kansas City. I really do. I didn't even mention their defense. Hassan Reddick has 19 and a half sacks, including the playoffs. I mean, that's absolutely unheard of.
Tell me, when he wasn't a free agent, were you advocating for him to come to Buffalo?
We'll say I was. Yeah.
Looks good now.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're trying to hit right on the button tonight. This has been a really great night, and Ryan, I'm so glad that you joined us here.
Yeah, we're gonna make this happen more often now. I got that new work schedule.
We'll make that happen. Dude. Yeah, we're taking right in time for our 6-week break.
Oh yeah, right on time. Hey, you know, part of me debated how do I go about my break.
Yeah.
And I think I would go more insane if I don't get this stuff off my chest. So maybe it won't be as often on the Thomas take as I'm accustomed to, but there will be some fire takes coming. Yeah. So stay tuned.
Yeah, we just get to the point where it's like you go, 45 episodes throughout the year. We do Sunday sessions. When we started the website, we got the store. We did all this stuff. Joined up with Buffalo Fan Base, 26 shirts. Our sponsor right here. Go ahead and check that out.
Del Reed.
It's been a great year, and we got a bunch of shit that's like got to get sorted out. So we kind of need to like take a couple weeks, decompress, get all of our ideas in a row. We got to plan the regular season rager, the 3rd annual regular season rager. And so
can't wait for that.
It's not as much about not wanting to, it's just about mental health, I believe, and being able to like get everything right.
Well, and we're taking a break, but we're not taking a break from 24/7 Buff Pandemonium. It's just the live streams. I mean, we're going to have the blogs continuing and all that stuff, and the information coming in continuously on our social media platforms. And so we're not going anywhere as far as that goes. It's just, I got to shave and lose weight, and I'm going to give myself 6 weeks to look good for you guys for season 4.
I can't wait. Shave.
Let's not shave the beards. Let's just lose weight. I can only do one thing at a time.
Yo,
shaving the beard is losing weight technically.
We should do
oh, that's true. Yeah.
We should do a panel, a weight loss competition here. You want to do that?
6 weeks?
Yeah, 6 weeks. Let's do 6 weeks. That's fine. I got to figure out how much I have to work out to counteract all the beer that I'm still going to drink.
And it shouldn't be total weight. It should be percentage, fellas.
Got you.
Just percentage.
Fat guy at the workplace. Scott's an unfair advantage. He can weigh himself now, and that COVID looks like it's already beating the shit out of him right now.
You gotta wait until after COVID, dude. You lost 3 pounds while you were sitting here.
I just got a stomach bug, guys. Let's do it.
Oh yeah, no problem. You got a tapeworm on top of a stomach bug. Doctor, tell me how much weight I can lose.
Dr. Bruce.
Dr. Bruce.
All right, let's see here. Let's do want to do some score predictions for the Super Bowl here, and we'll do some final thoughts, and we got a little bit of a giveaway to do real quick, and then we'll get out of here because it's 9 o'clock. So
before it's the end of the show, Swank, I just want to remind people where they can find the FLX Mafia shirt before it's the end. Obviously, you need to tune out. Our website, www.247buffpandemonium.com.
Hey, do you feel okay?
I feel all right. And then we are also doing, Jarrod and Swank stand up. We're doing a kind of a pre-sale rush on Notorious Dig shirts. Ooh. There you go. I put my Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal in the comments earlier in the show. If you're interested, let us know how much we selling them for.
$20.
Oh, there you go. So there you go. If you're interested, we'll get them. Include shipping. Include shipping.
It sure does. It sure does. All right, guys. RT, please start us off. What do you got for a score prediction for the Super Bowl? Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, I gave you my pick. I'm going with the city that created the greatest fictional boxing champion of all time, Rocky Balboa, the city of Philadelphia. And it ain't about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. I got Philly moving forward. I got Philly hitting the Kansas City Chiefs in the mouth. Score, let's go 31-24. That's what I'm going to go with. 31-24. It'll be a close game. Super Bowls are usually close for the most part. So I'm going to go with Philly. 31-24.
Nice. I like it. Jerry, we'll go in a clockwise motion as I'm looking at it. You're next. What do you think?
Yeah, I have the Eagles winning. I think 31-27. It's going to be close. It's a Super Bowl. So yeah, and hopefully I got family members that are Philadelphia Eagles fans, so I'll be wearing the green and rooting for him. Mike Huntone's a big guy that cheers for the Philly. He loves them, and he cheers for our Bills too when they're playing. So, Mike, I'm going for your Eagles, 31-28.
Dr. Bruce says, I did. I'm sorry. Dr. Bruce says COVID dementia setting in. Go Bills. That's a doctor that said that about you, dude.
The blood clot's coming next.
Don't say that.
Oh,
Scooter Covis Magooter.
Especially
with your half hazy eyes. What is your score prediction?
31-29.5. I think that 1.5 point spread, they got the Eagles winning this game. I'm with them. I think it's be close. After what I saw, and after how I saw the Eagles handled the 49ers, I know their 49ers offense was distraught with an injured quarterback, the UC sprain and all that, or tear. They put 31 points up against that number one defense. And I think this Eagles team is ready to come in and win another Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts is a wonderful story. I know there's a lot of people that don't like him, but gave up the reins to Tua in Alabama, went to the Sooners and did great there. He's always been someone that's motivated and brought up people, and he is showing his leadership and is being a great freaking teammate. Every place that he's been, and he's doing it for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I just like the story. I would love for them to win the Super Bowl. I usually go AFC because I want to keep it there, but I'm a big fan of Hurts. I really am, and I think he deserves it.
I like it. I am gonna go. I really want to go with Lisa John's prediction, which is Eagles 38, Chiefs 0. I love that. Love it very much. She also follows it up with a Chiefs don't deserve it. I agree with that as well. It's very good. I'm going to go 35-24 Philadelphia. I think I'm just so sick of Mahomes, man. Really Mahomes and Kelsey. I'm so sick of both of them. And you don't pick games with your heart. And I had a crazy record going. You guys should be relieved, actually, because the pick'ems start over after next weekend. So you're good to go.
And we have a chance.
Jarrod, I still need my 4-pack, so whenever you get a chance. But yeah, man, I didn't pick with my heart a lot, except I picked against the Browns all season because I hate them.
That's where the losses came in.
Yeah, that is really. This, man, you can't do us like that. You can't do the Bill season like that. Like it already ended on a bad note. I don't want to see Mahomes get another one. Two before Josh gets one. No way, man. I can't do it. So I'm rooting against you. And Travis Kelce, man. I'm so sick of that dude. Just so sick of him. Like, I don't know. I want the other Kelce to win. The big lovable center. I want him to win. So
There you go.
With the sweet dance
Jason
moves.
Kelsey's a monster
he
too,
is
man.
a monster, dude. One of my buddies was like,
Beast.
you guys listen to Jarrod, you listen to their podcast, right? Like the Kelsey Brothers podcast?
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah. I haven't listened to it yet. And the only reason is because I don't think I can stand to listen to Travis Kelce.
I think your opinion of him would be flipped if you didn't listen
Really?
to it, Swank.
Yeah?
I really do. I think you'd actually really like Travis Kelce if you watch the show.
You know,
I really do.
I
I
think
just don't think you like his quarterback.
I think I'll start listening after he retires, probably. I want to keep on to my hatred.
He's hinted at that on the show.
Oh,
He's
really?
hinted-
Do
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
hinted that he knows that the light is at the end of the tunnel.
it? After
Kermit the
like
Frog.
literally
No one
his
talks
best.
about it.
Isn't this his best season ever?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
He said that, and no one noticed it because everyone's talking about Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly.
Those things get lost in the shuffle.
That-
you
They
know?
called
that
it the
dude-
ankle game. ESPN and SportsCenter called it the ankle game. The guy does not have an ankle injury anymore, I don't
The
think.
ankle game.
I don't know, Ryan, you were saying that he's probably worse off from last week, but come on. You thank
So-
God at the end of the game for healing his ankle.
If you guys are watching the game, the Super Bowl this in 2 weeks, I want you to pay attention to something. Mahomes is a good quarterback, but watch how Andy Reid puts him in one read offenses, screens, little digs,
Mhm.
little.
Easy.
He does. It's easy. He's a great quarterback in the scheme that he's in, but he's not as elite as you think he is. Andy Reid is the key.
Andy Reid's one of the greatest coaches ever. I've been saying it since I was 13, and he was coaching the Eagles. I mean, that's cool that Andy Reid's coaching against his old team.
Yeah,
if there's
that's
any
really
source
neat.
of motivation for Andy Reid, he's got it. So yeah, and I think more so like about Mahomes in terms of the injury too. Like I just feel like if you're playing with an ankle that's bad, what else is being compensated? You know, like I just wouldn't I wouldn't put it past him that 2 weeks. You know, we thought his ankle looked like a mummy. I think his whole calf is going to be taped up in this Super Bowl. To be honest,
Yeah. I mean, he's a talent. He's a complete talent. I know a lot of people wanted to discount him when, you know, he got hurt there, but he made it happen. He went, like, they find a way, you know.
they did.
And it's funny that like we'll give him a half game better record than the Bills because we don't know how that Bengals game would have really ended up, right?
Right.
You give him that, give him first place. It's so insane to me because the Chiefs defense isn't that great. Are they better than the Bills defense? You know what I mean? And you got an offense with like a cast of crazy wide receivers that are like basically send-offs from other teams. And you got Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Andy Reid. And those three dudes make the whole narrative change from that team to like the Buffalo Bills. It to me, it's like so similar. And it kind of goes back to what we were saying in the beginning of the live stream, man. Andy Reid. Coaching is the difference.
Coaching.
Not discounting Sean.
Coaching's the only difference.
Yeah, not discounting Sean McDermott, but I think a good head coach is going to know what needs to be addressed on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. And I've given Sean a lot of credit for handing over the reins of the offense and being like, you know, basically it seems like he's like, I don't know as much about this. I want somebody who knows a lot about this, and you take it over. And they've had success, but they just don't have enough to bounce. So maybe that's a Dorsey year 2 thing, hopefully. Maybe some guys in the draft, blah, blah, whatever. But yeah. The Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Chiefs narrative. Anyway. All right, guys. Final thoughts. Wait, we gotta spin a wheel fast. Hold on, RT. We gotta spin a wheel.
This is for the Micah Hyde softball tickets, right?
Yes, sir. My boy Uncle James donated 2 pairs of tickets to the Micah Hyde charity softball tournament game.
Ooh. You guys going to that?
I don't know.
know.
We're giving them away, so maybe
You're
later.
giving them away,
We're giving them away, but maybe, I don't know. I've always wanted to go. I think it'd be cool.
It would be fun.
I will be there. I'll be in attendance.
Nice.
Beers on me.
Oh, hell yeah. Now I'm definitely going.
There.
All right, Jarrod, you driving?
Yep.
All right, we're going to spin the wheel. If you retweeted, shared on Twitter, you are on the list here, and we'll be sending them your way. So here we go.
Twit's exclusive for this one, guys.
Hell
Twit's
yeah.
exclusive.
And it's going to Patrick Brendan.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Patrick.
Ooh, congrats, Pat.
You're going to the Micah Hyde baseball game,
Yeah,
softball
man.
game.
Hit us up, DM us your address there, and we'll send them tickies right over to you there. I got them in an email, so
Email. Okay. We'll mail them to you. All right.
hey,
Congrats.
don't forget to hit up 247buffandemonium.com for all sorts of cool giveaways. And actually, I think I'm going to do a little discount code if you leave your email there so that we can hit you with some email spam about new stuff that we're doing. We might give you 5% off the store. Hey, what do you think about that?
There you go.
Crazy. Let's hit final
Nice.
thoughts and get the hell out of here. And we'll see you in 6 weeks. Ryan Thomas, tell everybody where we can find you, follow you, and give us your little final thought on the season, man.
You guys can follow me on the newly verified Twitter account, thanks to my boy Elon.
Praise
at
Elon.
Ryan Thomas Take. At Ryan Thomas Take on Twitter. I really look forward to interacting with Bills Mafia. I put out a Twitter space this morning in regards to potential departures. Jordan Poyer, Tremaine Edmonds, and Devin Singletary. Broke that down a little bit. I like to post, content, whether it's Twitter Spaces, tweets, interact with you guys. Find out where you're from too. I like to know where, how far Bills Mafia can stretch out. And I realized very quickly that it's all around the world, which is utterly insane. And I love every minute of that. Seeing people from Ireland and Canada and all that. So follow me on Twitter. Final thoughts on the season. It's a tough one. This team could have easily went undefeated in the regular season. We had 3 losses that were by less than 1 possession, and we came up short once again. It's very frustrating, and I hope that a lot of things change in regards to how this team attacks its weaknesses. I think they need to be a little bit more blunt in terms of their business decisions with their coaches, and that's up to Sean McDermott. To Swank's point earlier, it takes a great head coach to recognize when changes need to be made sometimes, and the changes could potentially be for the betterment of not just the team, but Sean McDermott's future as well. I mean, at the end of the day, he's the head coach. He's calling the shots with his roster, or with his staff rather, and Brandon Beane's calling the shots with the roster. And these guys have worked together very well. They've been very good. They just haven't been quite good enough in comparison to Andy Reid and what the Seattle Bengals have built now. So just time to tweak a few things, make a few changes. Really looking forward to being a part of the Buffalo Fandemonium website. Of course, I plan on being your guys' draft guy with a ton of content, as well as opinion pieces on just certain players, player spotlight, things like that, potential free agent additions, my takes on all of that. And of course, I got my podcast, the Thomas Take Sports Podcast. I've had Swank on, I've had Scott on. I look forward to having Jarrod on soon as well. And I'll be taking a little bit of a break, much like you guys, but there's no off season.
Yeah.
The all word off season does not exist for me. So stay tuned. Appreciate the support. Go Bills.
Hell yeah, RT. We love you. We love you to death. Talk of the town,
Love you too.
Thomas.
T.
All right. Speaking of another guy I love dearly, my boy Jerry Reed down there in the diagonal box from me. Please hit us with your final thoughts on this season.
See you in 6 weeks.
Love you. All right, Scott.
No, don't forget, guys. We'll send these to you for free if you want them. Oh, wait. Yeah, Scott's got them too.
Yeah.
Stickers. Just DM us your address and name, and we'll send them to you for free.
You can also fill out the email application on the website in our contact session, and we will send them to you that way too. You know what I'm saying?
You might as well do it that way. Hit 2 birds with 1 stone on that one.
Yeah. The Bills season's over. It sucks, but, the K-Gun report's over too for season 3. but we'll be back in 6 weeks. We're going to strap them on again. This is a chin strap, adjusted face mask. If you want to keep coming back every Tuesday night to talk football, even when the season's over, join us every Tuesday night. We'll be here to talk with you. Pay attention to that website. We got awesome blogs going on. It's just good things. And the next 6 weeks, Swank, Scott, and I, we're going to get together. We're going to make next year bigger and better. So stay tuned for everything. Pay attention to the website, Facebook page. We love you. We wouldn't be here without the Fandemonium. We appreciate everybody that participated this year. And I can't wait for 6 weeks to go by. And we're talking again, Buffalo Bills football. Love you. Go Bills.
Nice. Scooter?
Nice.
Scooter Hippie?
I had to write things down because COVID dementia is kicking in. It's a new start for everyone, us included, coaches, players, fans. As far as the fans go, those of you who are 24/7 Buff Fandemonium 365 days a week, our Facebook page, Twitter page, Instagram page is always going. Look us up, hit us up. We're talking about free agency, we're talking about draft, and we've got two awesome guys on our side that know what the hell they're talking about in RT over there. I don't know where he is with me, and Rob Mullen. I do my own thing every year, but to have these two guys jumping in and putting in their 2 cents is going to be so amazing. It's going to make our site a lot better. I know that for a fact. And just the banter back and forth is going to make things awesome.
Milk, cheese. It's looking at his grocery list. Sorry.
The cap ain't going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty this year. Okay, there's a lot of changes that have to be made. I think the coaches now have to draft for starters, not for potential. And I wanted to mention that earlier. And it's going to be something that we might actually see some rookies starting this year, as far as not having to bring them up through the program and put them plug and play and making them work. August 27th is our draft. It's our next big event, actually, is our draft party. It's a 4-5 hour party that we have. We're going to have some special guests on. Ryan Thomas, Rob Mullen might join us. It's going to be the 24/7 Buff Fandemonium draft party. We talk about every team, guys. We're just not talking about our Buffalo Bills. So we'll have our own picks. We may even make some bets on it. May even drink some drinks on it, and it's always a good time. So 6 weeks off, take advantage of it. Come back and hang out with us. And whether you just like the color blue or you love the Buffalo Bills 365 days a year, we're here for you, and can't wait for it. Go Bills.
You stole my
Scott, did you say August 27th or April 27th?
He said August.
April.
It's that COVID fog.
So I was gonna say, is this a fantasy draft show? I thought it was 6 weeks.
We're gonna do one of those too. Yeah, we're gonna do one of the fantasy drafts too.
I'm just so happy the ESP isn't working right now.
That twin stuff, yeah, dude. Oh man, are you feeling it right now? Guys, we love you and appreciate you so much. I can't believe it's been 3 seasons of this already. It seems like just a couple weeks ago that the three of us got together and decided to do this, and you guys brought me in. And actually, if you go to the website, there's a whole origin story that we did up if you want to know about how the three of us got drunk a lot at a local bar and talked a bunch of Buffalo Bills, and that led to what you're seeing right now. And it's pretty much the same. So plus Ryan. So yeah, we really appreciate you guys. None of this would have been possible without you. We've had an amazing year. Hooking up with the fan base, starting the website. Yes. The Rager this year was just out of this world, beyond our expectations. And that's something we're going to take in this 6 week break and see if we can make it bigger and better. And we hope to see every single one of you guys out there, man. It's such a good time. Yeah, I mean, this season is what the season is. I mean, we've went through worse seasons. Like, take into account that we're just fine-tuning some things and moving a couple little pieces around, and it's not a complete rebuild. It's not a complete overhaul. It's not the end of the world. We're not going through 3 seasons of one coach and 3 seasons of one quarterback. We're in it every single year. We just need that extra little push. Stay positive, and remember, after our 6 week break, you can find us right here every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the K-Gun Report on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and all the Buff fan base accounts. It's a great time. We love you guys very much. Go Bills. Now you guys say go Bills.
See you in season 4. Go Bills.
Can't wait for it.
I'm
Go
bringing the
Bills.
Thomas Take Army to the Rager.
Yes.
Hey,
Talking
just
the
a heads up
town,
for
bro.
everyone. It's usually Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Put it in your calendar. Love you guys.
Don't
Go
wear
Bills.
white.
Don't wear white. Well, you can wear white that day.
That day you can.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Throwbacks. All throwbacks. Go.
All throwbacks.
Ooh, Scott, you feeling all right?
This is a dangerous